YouTube. Beautiful, gorgeous, tiny little angel babies, welcome. What are we doing? I was thinking today, I wanted to mix things up a little bit. I wanted to keep things fresh. I wanted to keep things spicy. Why does it feel like my voice is coming out of, like, an upside down bucket? Does that make sense? Like a bucket with a hole in it? Like someone took a bucket and put a hole in the bottom and was, like, holding it around my face? It probably sounds normal. To me, it sounds weird. I thought we'd do an Isaac daily challenge today. Isn't that wild? It's been very on and off this week. I've had a very busy week. I've only been able to do. It's only my third one this week I've actually been able to record, which is a shame because yesterday was very much the one that got away. The one that it got away, but it'll stick in my memory for the rest of my life. If I ever love you, I'll always love you. Is how I was raised. So it's going to be a bit of a chaotic run today. Big surprise. What, me? Me, Reese, doing a chaotic Isaac run. Who would have guessed it? Basically, same as last week, except without the alcohol. We had an Among Us sesh last night, and it was one of those that they just go so late that it wasn't worth going to bed afterwards. Although it's actually later in the day today. It's actually like 12 o'clock because I was watching Peep Show while I was waiting for the daily run to tick over. Which, by the way, went onto Netflix for the first time in a couple of months, and they've changed the subtitle font. What the hell? They've changed the subtitle font, for one. Bad enough. Basically just a crime against humanity, and every app ever needs to just stop messing with their stupid fonts, because it unsettles me. But they've done this thing, they've added colour coding, which I think is fine, for accessibility purposes. But the problem is I haven't figured out if there's a way to customise it yet, and the default is first person is white, second person in any scene is green, so any dialogue ever has green text. I can't read the green text, so I'm having to just listen to it with my ears. So that's unfortunate. Anyway, I was watching Peep Show, and then I ended up watching for like 3 hours more than I thought I was going to. Then I had a shower, so we're not that early anymore. But my point is I have not slept yet, so it's going to be a little bit of a loose, chaotic, all sorts of all over the place energy run. What have we got today? Samson. Thanks. I don't want to say too much because I think the general public quite like Samson. I don't really like Samson. And it's a freaking mom run again, dude. This is I've done 3 episodes this week and all of them have been mom runs. That's really unfortunate. So let's just recap yesterday's episode because I was unable to record it. And I want to show the leaderboards because I want to bask in the moment. And also, just have a little look. This is never, and I want to make this clear. I know I say no BM a lot, and I don't usually mean it. I mean this sincerely, no BM. This is just a moment. I've never been on top before, and this is how unbelievable. I was saying this to Joji last night. I was saying this to Joji last night on Discord. I was like, Josh said that he died early, and I said, Joji, guess who won? And he thought about it for a second. He went, NSL. And not NSL, me, bitch. And he said, I don't believe you. Believe this, loser. He didn't do the run yesterday. But as far as I'm concerned, that's an L. That's an L. And I was a little bit worried at first that Maria was going to come in and swoop in. I was like, nah, she doesn't do the ones with the bad characters. And then I messaged and I was like, oh, it's Apollyon, you won't want to do it. And she was like, I like Apollyon. Thankfully, she had D&D night, and then after D&D, she got wasted and played Among Us all night. So I don't think she had time to do the run. Thank the Lord. Bless up. She didn't have time to do the run because she was, like I said, it was D&D night. Praise be to D&D night. Shout out to Maria's D&D group, which includes Joji, for making her too busy to be able to do the daily run. And shout out to myself for partaking in the Among Us session after the D&D session, which also contributed to her being too busy to take my thunder away. Because if anyone knows Maria, if anyone watching right now has stumbled across this video and doesn't know, she would have definitely taken the opportunity to steal my thunder if she could. if she had the time to do that run and knew she was gonna beat it and finish and take that top spot, she would not hesitate. Let me tell you that much. I'm joking, by the way. Love the girl with all my heart, but also she definitely would have trashed me. But it's nice. It's nice. It was nice to be on top. I know. You know, people have been a little bit shook by this week. What? He's doing well? The Yeti plays? Who even is this? He's doing well. What's up? And then, you know, Josh just had a couple of sneaky runs, but I said it, you know what? I said this direct to the man himself. Even Harry Kane's missed a penalty. He's missed, like, 4 penalties, actually. He missed that one against Kosovo in the Euro qualifier, the Euro qualifiers last year, which didn't really matter. And then he missed that one in the 88th minute against Liverpool at Anfield back in April 2018. Back in 2018, he missed one against. Did he miss one against Millwall early in his career? And he missed one in the Europa League at some point. Obviously, I remember the Kosovo one because it was only last year, and then I remember the Liverpool one because it was such a chaotic, just insane ending to a game. Even Harry Kane has missed not 1 but 4 freaking penalties, dude. I think 4. Part of me is like, I should know this. I hope I'm right. And part of me is like, you know what? I kind of hope I'm a little bit wrong because I shouldn't know the ins and outs of his like stats of his career that well. It's a little bit sad. It's a little bit sad. My obsession with that man. Look, there's been some talks recently. Of a certain person who's been on the mind a lot of yours truly. If there's one person who rivals that individual for this little heart of mine, it's probably Harry Kane. That said, I'm going to go with 4. I think it's 4. I think he's missed 4 penalties. So you know what, dude? Some of us have bad weeks. Some of us have bad days. Some of us have bad months. It's not about how hard you hit. It's about it's about how hard you get hit. And keep moving forward. It's about how much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. It ain't about me or her or nobody. Point your finger at me or her or nobody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. So go out and get what you're worth. Okay, I don't know it that well. I've watched that video. You know what's funny? Never seen the film. Haven't seen it once, dude. Haven't seen any of the Rocky films. I should. I mean to. There's just so many of them. I'd really like that one scene. Let me tell you something you already know. It's just a great scene, dude. It brings a tear to the eye. It brings a tear to the eye. But yeah, I have noticed. We were talking about this a little bit last night, and I think I talked about it in the Discord channel in Josh's Discord channel where people talk about Isaac Baby sometimes. This is divorce papers, right? Yeah, we'll take this. So, okay, I need to go faster for a mom run. I need to go faster. I said on Tuesday that I didn't want to... I appreciate this marrow heart, because I tend to get hit on rooms like this. Or not. Ah, oh, you fucker. Just keep your mouth shut, man. Just don't say or not. You have to say or not. Yeah, I was stressing it, and then, you know, because I was worried about scores, and then if I got a bad score, I'd be, like, sad about it, and like, annoyed and stuff, and then that'd have a knock-on performance on my run the next day, which I'd then perform worse on because I was sad about it, and then I'd just be sad again because I was performing poorly, and it was just a bit of a perpetual cycle. And I started the series before we were even, like, tracking these or anything, right? I've been doing this for a while, and the point of this series was to just have something that I could just freely ramble on and just talk shit, talk about whatever I wanted to talk about, tell some anecdotes, and if I had a topic, I could tell a topic, and if I wanted to say whatever I wanted to say, whatever I could say, I could just say whatever, dude. And I think my focus was shifting too much onto the game, which was part of the reason why this was the series, was because that was never the issue, right? The game was always just background. It was just a vessel for me to chat shit, basically. Log on, talk a little shit, log off. As Ice-T would say, or did say, roughly. I don't know if that was verbatim. And I was getting too hung up on the score, so as of Tuesday, before Tuesday's episode, I said, you know what, I'm not worrying about that anymore. I'm just going to do my runs, I'm just going to talk my shit. Gonna talk my shit again, bam, ba-da-ba-bam. Feeling better than I ever felt before today. Better than I ever... talk a little shit and log off. And I'll let my subconscious handle the runs. We won on Tuesday. We beat the run on Tuesday. We beat the run on Wednesday. We beat the run on Thursday. We came beat the run and came top of the leaderboards on Friday. So apparently the keys of the kingdom are to just not care about the run. Damn, I wish one of these was good, but they both just suck. So you book us in, it's not bad because I can get consumables that'll obviously give me points, and we're also pretty low on consumables right now. fuck it, dude, I'm gonna risk it, and also bookworm and stuff, just because that's not a key. I was gonna say because maybe we'd get a key. That's not a key. Fuck it, man. I don't know what to do here. I'm just gonna go down. Don't feel great about that play, but it is what it is. But it's going well, and also I don't know, man. I think like I'm a competitive person inside my heart, but I don't want to be. There's a great is this relevant? Is this going to be a weird path to go down? Sorry, I'm just thinking. 5 minutes in, we just went into caves 1. Do I rush here to try and get to boss rush, or do I just vibe and see where we end up? I think I'll take it where it comes. There's a great Ayn Rand quote. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's not bad. Ayn Rand? Oh, this guy likes Ayn Rand. Ew, he's a capitalist. Unsubscribe. No, you know that's not true. I just feel like I have to say. Just because I think she has a couple of good quotes here or there, and I like some of the foundations of individualism and Randism and objectivism, etc., etc. Doesn't mean I agree with everything she says. You know, you guys know, if you know me, which I know most people watching this, considering it's basically just a friend group who watches this. Son of a... I know you guys do know me. I know how you feel about money. I know you know how I feel about money. Eat the rich, by the way. Look. There's a great quote. The quote is something along the lines. I need to stop pulling this up because I never get them verbatim, and I feel like it slays it a little bit. But a creative man is motivated by the desire to achieve, not by the desire to beat others. I've always liked that. For starters, it just should be true. I always think, and obviously, again, she was, individualism is what it is. We don't need to go into it too deeply, and especially because, like I said, there are some bits I don't agree with. I don't agree with a lot of her ideas of capitalism. Also, she was kind of a homophobe, which obviously I don't agree with. She was also a pro-gay marriage activist, but also was a homophobe. So fuck her. But that particular quote, I think first of all, competition can be healthy in some circumstances. Don't get me wrong. I think in terms of motivating yourself to achieve, I think that's a good thing as far as the individual goes, doing shit for yourself, and by extension of that. And again, I feel like she's one of those. And I've talked about engaging with Buddhism as a philosophy. I think a lot of what Rand talks about almost lines up with a lot of the Buddhist teachings, individualist teachings, and making the most of yourself and using that as a platform to make the most of your relationship with other people as well. Which means you can make a better impact on the world and the world around you. And I feel like this is sort of built the same way. And part of it is, you know what? I don't want to be competing with my friends. I want to be celebrating my friends' victories. I want to be the shoulder for them to lean on when they're one step footsteps. You were carrying me. I think that's better. It's about being there for friends. It's about cheering for their victories and being behind your friends, supporting your friends. What's that Dave the Hangman line? I've seen a lot of man jealousy creeping. Watch who you sleep with. Watch who you talk with. The girls that you sleep with. Watch who you walk with, eat with. The first of the motives, the last of the meetings. Know who's at your meetings and know who's at your motives. Cross-reference your list. Know who is and isn't there. That's all I'm saying. I know who's at my meetings. Stop having people at your shows that wasn't at rehearsals. That's Big Sean. No, that's Big Sean's grandma specifically. Love Big Sean, by the way. What was my point? I just didn't want to. I didn't want to be doing it for the wrong reasons. No, I'm joking. But also, for real, I was like, I don't know. I didn't want to be. The point of this series was never to care about my score, and that's not to be dismissive of Binding of Mandem, which has been just an incredible, joyous time, which I said in one of my episodes this week. It's more just I didn't want to take away from what I originally started this series for, and I think that was beginning to happen a little bit. So, I mean, fuck it, dude, may as well. I wanted to just chill on that aspect a little bit, and not let the fact that I think when I started to be conscious of the fact that every score there were more of us doing it now, and every score was being recorded onto the spreadsheet and stuff, and everything was you know, everyone was looking at every score and it was blah blah blah. I think that was what kind of was making me take it more seriously than was necessary sometimes for me, I would say. I am going to try and find the second secret room, which is basically me saying fuck boss rush. Fuck boss rush, fuck boss rush. Well, we have the Gul'dan bombs. I'll have a little look-see. A little peruse while we have the Gul'dan key. I will take this as well. I don't think it can really be, like, here, right? I don't know if that's going to work. I didn't think so. Take this, you never know. 2 hearts, not really what I was after. But yeah, so just for the record, don't agree with everything Ayn Rand said. Again, sometimes you might think you don't need to clarify that just because I like one sentence that one person said in their life doesn't necessarily mean that I agree with everything they've ever said in your life. You wouldn't think that needs to be said. Philosophy Twitter, look, they can be wild. Well, Nietzsche once said. Nietzsche? Oh, so you're a white supremacist now? Oh, you agree with what Hitler said as well? Dude, logic. That's not even a logical extreme at that point. It's way beyond. Oh, dude, I love this room with golden bombs when I can just bomb them and not have to fucking push them into the stupid TNTs. What's this? Flight, dude. Another Gul'dan bomb. Get yourself a Gul'dan bomb. Weird little accent that came out there. Weird little accent. Okay, didn't really want to pick that up, but sure. There's 2 of these, so if it's something good, I can see forever. I should have perthed that. I was about to say I'll take it down to the next floor, but maybe fuck it, let's go. But yeah, she said some things I agree with. Sure, you know, to say I love you, I must first be able to say that I. And she also said that wealth is the product of man's capacity to think. Anyway, should we talk about capitalism? Let's talk about money, dude. Go money. I felt a little bit sick coming up then. I'm being dramatic. I'm being dramatic. So, okay, here's something that I was actually going to talk about in yesterday's episode. I didn't get a chance to. So I woke up yesterday to a message, a digital message from my mother. I woke up from a digital. Dude, things are just going well. I'm in a good mood today. It's nice to start the day in a good mood. The football, who's the half-12 kickoff? Villa Wolves. So that Villa Wolves has started. So okay, as soon as I finish this game, football. It's the Manchester Derby at 5:30, dude. That's exciting. I think they're both on even points, so I think maybe a draw. I think we want to draw from that one. Spurs play Palace tomorrow, and then on Wednesday we go to Anfield again. We were talking about that last night. Come on, you Spurs, but also I'd probably take a draw because I don't want to do the WAP dance. But also, come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. Okay, I don't need these garbage things. I'm in a good mood, dude. I don't know. It's probably just because I had such a stressful day yesterday. Like I was gearing up for a rant going into yesterday's episode. So I already had some of that in my system, and then there was a minor family crisis popped up, so I couldn't even record, and then I just had like double the stress in my system. So then the session last night was very nice, and it always is nice to play with the gang. That's always going to cheer me up, or just like put me in a good, even if I was already in a good mood. But I think yesterday it was hella nice. Also, this is Holy Shot. For some reason I was imagining this to be Explosivo, which was fine, but Holy Shot's really good, so I'll take this. It's always nice to talk to the gang. And one particular individual. Who it's not like I haven't spoken to every night this week anyway, but on the comms, dude, on the comms, it's different. Text, chat. The words on the screen are different to the voice in my ear, the voice that you know that I'm particularly fond of. Timestampers, right? Timestampers. What the fuck was I talking about, man? Okay, so I got a text and my mum was like, "So I'm registered. My NHS address is registered back home. I do intend on changing it at some point. However, I currently have braces for anyone who doesn't know. They were supposed to come off in fucking March. Why are they still on my face? Thanks, COVID, for that one. Still on my face. Hopefully, so I mean, like any month now, I'll get these bitches off. I cannot wait to just raw dog an apple. Oh, it's been so long since I've just been in on one of them bitches. I've been eating apple slices for like 2.5 years, dude. I fucking love apple, man. Not the fruit, not the company. Boo, Max. Boo. Any Mac users, get out of here. I'm just kidding. Don't go, Maria. Don't go. Don't leave. Please stay with me. 'Cause you are the only thing I need to get by. To get by. When I got introduced to you, I probably shouldn't try and do his accent there. I don't think I'd do a very good job with it. I love Reg though, he's so fucking cool. What was I talking about again, man? So please stay with me, 'cause you are the only thing I need to get by. What was I talking about? I know I was talking about Spink a second ago, but no surprise there, but I feel like there was another fucking topic. I feel like I pivoted. I can't remember. Is it a problem, dude? I need something else in the brain. You are the only thing I need to get by. To get by. Oh, yeah, so my NHS address is my home address, right? Because I didn't want to change my NHS address until after I got the braces done, because it's a long-ass process. I know my hospital, I know my ortho, etc., etc. I didn't want to switch up halfway through and suddenly start to go to a different hospital for my ortho appointments. So I was going to wait till after I got the braces done, and then that just got so, like, pushed back and delayed, and it's gone on so much longer than it was supposed to. I just haven't changed it yet, right? So any medical correspondence I get goes to my home address, and then my mum will open it and tell me what's inside. Because obviously, if it's medical, it's probably, you know, it's information that I want to know. Which, first of all, is kind of funny. It's usually not too bad. It's usually like, hey, hey, you need to get your flu jab or something like that. So usually not a big deal, right? But I do worry that one day it's going to be something like awkward or serious, and like she's going to open it and it's going to be like, hey, Reese, there's a letter from the hospital here. They said you're pregnant? No, dude, I didn't want you to find out this way. You know? It's going to be something like serious, really serious, that I'm going to find out via a text from my distraught mother. My actual mother. Probably didn't need to clarify that. Been calling Maria mum all night, so but I didn't need to clarify. Like when I said my mother, you probably filled in the gaps. I don't know why in my head I was like, I felt the need to clarify that I was talking about my actual like birth mother and not Maria, because you guys wouldn't have, like your guys' minds didn't go there, so I don't know why mine. You know, that's fine. We can keep talking. So she texted me. She was like, and the message said, "Dear Mr. Reese surname, you need to get some freaking blood tests done." Which isn't ideal, because the blood test process. And don't get me wrong. If I sit back and think about this, I think it's fucking sick that for no money at all, my hospital will just send me a letter being like, hey, you should get some blood tests done, just so we can check that everything's alright in there. Because I don't know, like, does that happen in America? I imagine it doesn't, right? Your hospital just, like, sends you a mail in the post saying that they just want to check up on you to make sure you're doing alright? Like, that doesn't... I mean, maybe they would, because they're trying to sell the service of the hospital. Hey, are you doing? Maybe you should come and have a quick checkup. It'll only cost $3,000. No, but so the fact, just the concept of, you know, just like the idea of the whole thing, I think it's pretty cool, right? And I'm grateful, and I'm gonna get the blood test done, and they'll check everything's all right. The only thing is, the process is like 6 weeks, so I have to call my GP up to let them know I'm having it done, and then I need to call the Then I need to go in and talk to them just to say I'm having it done. Which is stupid and a waste of both my time and the GP's time, more importantly than my time, the GP's time. Then they'll refer me to the reception, who, via the reception, I'll then book an appointment with the blood test people at the blood test place, which is really out of the way. And then after the receptionist, with me in front of them, has booked the appointment, I then have to ring the blood test place to confirm my appointment. I then have to go get the blood test done. They'll then send the results, like 2 weeks later, to my house. Oh, you fucking love to see it. I know it's not that great because everyone gets it, but you just love to see the points go up, man. They'll then send the results, a paper copy of the results, to my house that I don't know how to interpret, so I then have to book another appointment with my GP to go in to show them the results so that they can interpret them to me and tell me that I'm fine, I maybe just need a bit more potassium in my diet, which is what happened 2 years ago. Now granted, the ones I had 2 years ago were for mental health purposes. They wanted to check my blood as well for physical stuff, when my mental health was really bad. So that was for a reason, so fair enough. But if I swear to God, if I go through that whole ass process, and 2 months from now I'm sat in my GP's office and he says, yeah dude, you're fine, you just need a little bit more potassium. Don't get me wrong, peace of mind will be nice. I almost am like, look, I don't want to say I hope they find something. I kind of hope they find something just so the process was worth it. Something positive like, hey, you're a little short on vitamin D, so maybe if you get some more vitamin D, yeah, that'd be good. And then I start having like vitamin D supplements and all of a sudden I have like a load of energy and can run faster and have a longer pee-pee. That'd be cool, because it's like it was worth doing it to find out, and also I found out something positive. You know what I mean? But if I go and it's just now again. So I read that and was like, oh, hey Zeus, dude, I'm gonna have to go through this whole ass process. And getting bloods drawn, by the way, not fun. I won't go into the needle shit too much because I know some people don't like that. I don't mind needles, flu jabs, injections, whatever, fine. I couldn't care less. Getting blood drawn specifically, it's different because they don't just stick it into your arm randomly and a half second and it's over. They have to stick it like in the vein, right? And I remember the last time I went, because my mental, like I said, it was for mental health purposes, so my mental health was like super bad at the time. So I wasn't even really like eating or anything. So naturally, when I went to have my blood test, if I wasn't eating at the best of times anyway, I definitely wasn't eating when I was worried about having my first ever blood test done. And worrying about the results and stuff. So I hadn't eaten anything or drunk anything for like a day and a half at that point. And it was during winter, so it was probably around 2 years ago to this point, which might be why I need the new one actually. It's because it would have been 2 years ago. I think it would have been December 2018 or so. I hadn't eaten for at least a day, maybe two, right? Or drunk anything or anything like that. So when I went and she put it in, my fucking vein just like went puff, like the air popped out of it. What do they call it? It deflated, or like it flat, my vein went flat. She just couldn't get anything out of it. She had to like wriggle the needle around inside of my vein, and I could fucking feel that shit. And she ended up pulling it out and then switching to the other arm and got it. And then even when you finally got it positioned, you've got to like it takes longer to pull to draw all the blood out. And then like it drips out everywhere. It's not pretty. Again, I'm fine with blood. I'm fine with needles. I want to go into a medical field. Obviously not one that I'd be working with blood. So it's not like that's necessarily an issue. But generally speaking, I am fine with blood. Although I've been thinking about brain surgery recently. Maybe a bit of a stretch for the pivot right now. It's actually, because the stupid thing is, I still could do it. I just would have to, like, with what I've got, is actually, like, the lowest. See, I'm glad I took thingy now. We got bookworm, so I'm glad I took Book of Sin. This is what I picked it up. I was like, maybe there's a Book of Sin chance here. What was I saying? No, it's too late for me probably, so I won't go into. I'm definitely not brain surgery. Oh, fucking hell, man. Yeah, sure. I'll take this, and I'll keep it. I'll hit you with a Perthrow. I'll hit you with a bomb. I don't want to suck points out too much because it's only a mom run. Nah, fuck it, dude. It's only a mom run. Oh shit! I go and use a key. Oh, so I shouldn't have done any of those, to be honest, because I just lost like 200 points there. Okay. Also, I got excited about Satanic Bible, and now that I'm looking at my health, it's also not really that big of a deal. But that's fine. Oh, I just realised I was getting so many hearts because I've got the child's heart. That makes sense. I'd love a random shovel because I'm enjoying my ramblings on this one. Having a good time. And this is another one of those where, and I've had these before, where I just feel like keeping going. I feel like talking more. I'm not ready for the episode to end, but it's about to end, and that's really unfortunate. That's so sad. What's a sad song that we've got? What's a sad song? Well, I can't think of any sad songs right now. I mean, that probably bodes well, right? I can't think of a single sad song. Dude, my mind's just completely blanking. What's in my crying playlist? Dude, my mind is totally blank. I just can't think of a single sad song. I'm just hearing... Let me just look out my window real quick. I'm just hearing stomping around. Nope. Nobody we know. Because I'm still waiting for... I'm still waiting for deliveries, man. I'm still waiting for this one fucking delivery. Actually, there's one that's coming today that's due today, and that's fine. But there's one more parcel. Actually, I mean, there's going to be a few because I need to buy stuff for my family, which I've mentioned, but I haven't bought stuff yet because... I mean, you guys know. But there's still one freaking parcel that I'm waiting for that's holding the whole dang thing up. Okay, we're lagging all of a sudden for some reason. I want to send my freaking care package off, dude. I want to get my package sent, but then I'm going to have to set... I don't want to send it without... It's going to be missing a night. It's okay. We talked about this last night. I don't need to talk about it again. We talked about it on Discord last night. I don't need to bring it up again, but it's stressing me. It's stressing me, dude. So I'm just waiting for this freaking package at T-Public. If you're watching this. Okay, my screen's black. Okay, there we go. It's okay, it does that sometimes. I don't know what the problem is. Maybe the monitor's fucked. Maybe the graphics card's fucked. Maybe the motherboard. I don't know, could be anything. Seen a lot of my jealousy creeping. Watch you talk with the girls that you sleep with. Watch who you walk with. Something with. What, eat with? First the motives, last of the meetings. Dunk, dunk, dunky dunk. Dunk, 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 dunky dunk, dunk. Dunk, dunky dunk. Did I ever talk about Spotify Wrapped? I know NSL did. No, I feel like I was going to. I was about to say I'm glad. It was nice to see Dave on there. I mean, I wasn't surprised he was on there at all. I love my boy Dave. It was nice to see him. It was nice to see him on the Wrapped. Number 2, I'm not gonna lie, I would have guessed at least top 3. So number 2, that's about where I expected him. But it's still nice to see. Arctic Monkeys were my number 1 again. Not overly surprised. Maria sent me a TikTok that was, hey, this is what your number 1 artist on Spotify Wrapped says about you. And for Arctic Monkeys, he just said, aggressively white. And I went, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, dude. That's not overly incorrect. Not overly incorrect. This tune I found that makes me think of you somehow, and I play it on repeat until I fall asleep. Spilling drinks on my settee. Do I wanna know if this feeling flows both ways? It's sad to see you go. Sorta hoping that you'd stay. That was way off key. And I went up when it goes down. Too busy being yours to fall for somebody new. So we've got this sweet early in the day, early run dopamine hit here. This is not gonna stand, let me tell you that much. I was supposed to be doing, I was saying this to Josh last night, I was supposed to be doing a big last, I was really gonna go for it on the last day. I was really hoping for a good run so I could end out. It's been a really consistent week for me. Obviously I started kind of rough. We had the 2800 here, and then we had the 2500. But then since then I've kind of rebounded a little bit, so I know that I'm sitting around the 1300 mark. No, the 1600 mark. The 1600 mark. I know that I'm sitting around the. That was based on 1500. So maybe I reckon I'm sitting around the 1500 mark going into today, which is below my overall average is like 2100, right? And I think my best average on a week was around 1500 or 16. It was like 1607. So this could potentially be a PB, like a weak PB, if this stays, basically if this is under 1500. So I wanted a big strong end to the week. I would have loved a boss rush on this run because that's gonna sting me. Not getting boss rush is gonna sting me on this one. Yeah, I reckon this could finish like 1800 versus if you had boss rush like 900. I don't know. It's so early to call. But let's see if there were any. Okay, so there were a few over 30, and there were a bunch in the 20s. And obviously we're early, so there's going to be a bunch more in the 20s. So I would imagine... what was my score? 17? 17, so... I'd boss rush to that's 21. So maybe there wasn't a pivot. Because 22 actually could just be boss rush, and then they just didn't take much damage. Slash maybe had a room where they, like, you know, milked a machine that got them a lot of coins or whatever, they got it up. Obviously Pyro is skewing the scores a little bit, it's pushing everything up a little bit for a Mom run. So I'm gonna say that maybe there was something here. There's some possible sneaky cheeky little way. Fuck, a self-sac maybe? There was a lot of health on this floor. Maybe a self-sacrifice is possible, and maybe once people got to Dark Room and these in the 30,000s are just the people who managed to beat the Lamb. That's my guess. I'm going to guess there's some sort of pivot out here, some sort of seam to get to the higher scores, but at the very least, I definitely would have wanted Mom's run if I wanted to get a good score today. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case, because we were slow little boys. But, which is a shame, because actually, I slowed down because at the time I wasn't confident enough to beat Boss Rush at that point. Had I got to Boss Rush with where the run ended up, with where we are now, I probably would have done it. With the full health and the 6 damage, which is only going to go up even more as we took more damage, and obviously, you know, we have Holy Light, and we had, you know, bombs. What else did we pick up near the end there? Oh, Bookworm, I was thinking of. We had Bookworm as well. With all that, with where the run ended, I probably would have done Boss Rush, but I wasn't confident enough when I was thinking about it to risk it, so I didn't. So we went slow. So that's gonna wrap up another week. As you guys know, Sundays tend to be 50-50 for me, but for me. I used to pray for times like this. Times like I haven't heard a song in so long. I had to grind like that so I can shine like this. There's going to be against a good, like I said, I've been 50-50 all week, but Sundays in particular. Dude, Paul's up, and this is what we bully him for going to bed early, but the boy, 6'10", is, well, it's nearly 7 there now, but 6'10", he reacted to something in Messenger. And we bully him for going to bed 11:30. The boy was up till last night, and he's up at 6:10. The crack of dawn, the early bird. Think of all the worms he's getting. Don't think about that sentence though. What was I saying? So tomorrow's a 50-50. If I see you guys tomorrow, fucking let's have it, dude. If not, I'll do the run anyway. And I hope you guys have a great Sunday. I hope you enjoy the Chargers losing 52-0 this week. What are we thinking? Try and beat last week, 52. I just realised is my mic cut out? The thing isn't moving. Can you guys hear me? I don't know if you guys can hear me. So I'm just going to click stop recording. Okay, later guys. Oh. Streamlabs crashed. It's still recording. My mic's moving again. Hey, so sorry if if the video just ended and then there was an entire minute of silence and you were wondering what was going on. I tried to stop the recording and Streamlab crashed, but apparently the recording's still going. Okay, later.